Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Rajesh here, and today's topic of discussion is Docker volumes. So, what is Docker volumes? In simple terms, Docker volumes are file systems mounted on Docker containers. The basic idea behind mounting the Docker volume on the Docker container is to persist data even when the container is stopped or removed. Let's get into the demo. This will make more sense rather than understanding it theoretically. So the first step is open up your command prompt. I have three images with me, Nginx and my image from my last example, and then hello world. So basically I will create a volume here and then add it to one of the containers, and I will try to update the volume in that container itself, and then I will take that volume and then mount it on some another container. This will prove that we can actually move the volume from one container to another. I mean, we can basically mount the volume from one container to another without deleting the data. So the volume is basically doesn't depend on the container. It is independent of the container. The container basically is responsible to write the data in the volume, but if the container is not in the system or if it is not in a running state, then the volume that we have mounted on that container will not be impacted in any case. So let's proceed with the example. This will basically give you a better understanding of how volume works. Volume is nothing but a file system. That's it. Just consider it as a file system. So let's start. So basically I will be creating a volume here. So the command to create a volume is docker volume create and volume name. You can always type in the help command here like so. This is the help option and it will give all the possible option that is available for the command. So to create a volume I will use the create command. I will name my volume as my volume. Okay, done. So the volume is created. Just to verify I will use docker volume ls command. So here I can see that I have my volume created. So I can see here that my volume has been created successfully. So as I told you earlier, I have three images with me. So what I will do is I will basically mount this image in one of this. I will mount this volume in one of the image. So I will. So in the first go, I will mount my volume in this image demo. So here is the command docker run. So the mounting of volume is done when we actually run the image. So the command is docker run. I will give name my web app. Now to mount a volume in a image, this is the command -mount source. Source will be the volume name that we have created. So this is the source, comma target equals. So target is the path where this volume will be available on the container. So I will use target as maybe /my_vol. So I want this container to be running in detached mode, so -d command. And finally and I also want to publish a port that is 80 of my local host and 80 of the container. Proceeded with the image name. So this is the basic command to run image. You can refer my earlier videos if you are not sure about this command. So I will go ahead and press enter. So as you can see that this container is running right now. Now basically what I will do is I will log in into this container. So the command to log into this container is docker execute. -it stand for interactive mode, and then we provide the container ID like so. You can always give a few digits of the container name as a shortcut. This will also work. And then bash, which program to execute within the container. So I will execute the bash. I will say enter, and there I go. I am within this container 57933, this one. So if I say ls, so this ls command is executed within the container, not in my local host. Keep in mind that. So if you see here, I see a mount, my volume that I have mounted. So if I go within this mount, I don't find any file in this. So what I will do is I will create a file and then exit this container. So I have a file created with name as test.txt. Let's view this file, and the content of the file is hello world. Now I will exit this container. We are out of the container. We still have this container running. We will stop this. And then container name. We really don't need to provide the entire container ID. We just provide some initial characters that will work. I will say enter, and this container is stopped now. If I say docker ps, I should not get any container running. If I say docker ps -a, then I see that this container has been exited since 12 seconds. So I will remove this container. Docker container rm container id. There we go. This container is totally removed. Now we have 3 images with us. We have a single volume with us, which we have used earlier in one of the images. And now what I will do is I will use this volume in some another image apart from the image that I have used earlier. Okay, now what I will do is I will basically mount this volume that we have already used in this image. I will mount this in the Nginx image. So let's go ahead and run the container and mount this volume in that container. Docker run my web2 is the name. I want to run in detached mode. Source equals my volume, target, my test wall, what else, publish port, and then image id. So in this case I will use this image id. Last time I have used this image id, so I will say enter. Okay, so if you see, this Docker is running. Now again we will log into this container. Now as you see, this image is running, and we can log into this container now. You know the command by now, docker execute to execute, or log into the so we are within this container. Now I will do the ls, and I have this mount here. So here is the test.txt. Now I have not created test.txt after logging into this container. This is coming from the container which we have already created earlier. So the earlier container basically have created this test.txt file and saved it in the volume. So this basically confirms that the volume is not dependent on the containers. It is totally independent of any of the containers, and we can mount a single volume in any of the container we want. So basically this helps to persist the data in the container. So here is the content of test.txt which we have created earlier. So I hope that you have understood this concept of volume, how it works exactly in practical world. So yeah, that's it from my side on volumes. There will be more interesting videos going ahead, so please do subscribe and like my channel. Bye.